Welcome to another episode of IELTS Essentials with me, Narayan, your English coach and IELTS trainer. Today's topic is how to write an effective introduction in IELTS Writing Task 2 essay. I will be giving you 5 tips that will help you reach your desired band score. Interested? But before we talk about crafting an effective introduction, let's talk about why the introduction is important. Firstly, it's crucial for getting the reader's attention. Second, it highlights the importance of the topic that you're discussing. And third, it is where you present your thesis or the plan for your entire essay. So let's go ahead and look at how a task 2 essay question in IELTS writing looks like. I have on the screen an actual IELTS essay question, and I'll read it for you. The threat of nuclear weapons maintains world peace. Nuclear power provides clean and cheap energy. The benefit of nuclear technology far outweighs the disadvantages. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Now, as you can see, there are 3 sentences on top, and then there is another sentence which I've printed separately at the bottom. There are 2 components to any essay question. The first is the question statement or statements, and the second is the question prompt. The first 3 that you see on the screen, the first 3 sentences, they are the question statement. And what you see below that is the question prompt. You have to thoroughly read and understand both parts of the question. So let me get on to the tips. The first tip, of course, for writing a strong introduction is to read and analyze the questions. Understand the focus of the question and fully understand how or what is required to answer the question correctly. So for that, you need to dedicate enough time and analyze the question statement as well as the prompt carefully. And then, very important, answer all parts of the question so that you're able to get maximum score for task achievement. Now let's get down to the first thing that you need to do when you're starting to write your introduction for the essay. You need to paraphrase the question statement. Basically, begin your introduction with a paraphrase of the question statement. You have to be careful that you maintain a clear connection to the overall theme. Now here, you might have seen a lot of YouTubes that say you have to start with a background statement or with a hook. Remember that the IELTS essay is academic writing. You're not writing a story or fiction. There is no compulsion for you to make it thrilling or exciting or even interesting. You just need to check off certain essential elements in the introduction. And one of those is paraphrasing the question statement from the question. The second thing is that within that paraphrase statement, you have to avoid overgeneralization of the theme. And last but not the least, make sure that your introduction is short enough. It should be between 40 to 60 words. I don't need to tell you, you have limited time for writing the essay, only 40 minutes. So you have to use your time judiciously. So keep it short so that you have more time for building up your body paragraphs. Do you remember the question prompt that was asked in the question that I showed you earlier? The question prompt said, to what extent do you agree or disagree with the statements that were given above? So basically, the question is asking you for your opinion. In fact, most IELTS essays are opinion essays. So make sure that you give your opinion in the introduction itself in your essay. And state your opinion consistently throughout your essay. If you agree in the introduction, do not disagree in the first body paragraph and then again agree in the second body paragraph. That will lower your score for coherence and cohesion. You can choose either side, that doesn't matter, but just maintain consistency. And you should have logical arguments and support those with examples so that your essay quality improves. The next thing that your essay introduction must have is a thesis statement. The thesis statement introduces your central idea and it tells the reader what to expect in your essay as he reads your essay. So it basically sets the tone for the entire essay. Now, I've talked about the importance of reading and understanding both the question statements and the question prompt, and the three essential components that you need to have in the introduction, namely a paraphrase of the question statement, your opinion, and a thesis statement or your plan for the essay. Now, here's a bonus tip on language use. Make sure that you are using original language in the essay. Do not copy content from the question, especially words, so that it doesn't end up looking like you have very limited vocabulary. Paraphrase the question statement, the words in the question statement using synonyms, rearrange sentence structures and word forms, and express your ideas in your own words. And most important, avoid memorized sentences or stock phrases that you might have seen in sample essays that you might have read or seen on YouTube. The examiners are very experienced and they will recognize these, and you will not get any extra marks for that. They might even mark you down. Now I'd like you to attempt writing an introduction for the question that is there on the screen. You can pause the video and write your introduction. After you've done that, I will be sharing a student's introduction, which would at best get between 5.5 to 6 bands, and then tell you how it can be improved to get a higher band, which is between 7.5 to 8 bands. So get down to writing this, pause the video and get down to writing this introduction. Use the concepts that I have discussed in this video to write your introduction. Okay, welcome back. Now, as you can see, there is an introduction on your screen, which has been written by a student. As I said, it can at best get you a 5.5. I don't think it'll even get him a 6. So let's look at what he has written. The first line says, nuclear technology has been around for many years. This is a general statement that is not really adding anything to the essay that he's going to write. So it is quite irrelevant. So I would not have a line like this at all. The second sentence is, this technology is very expensive and used as energy source by rich countries. Are they talking about who is the essay talking about? Is a question talking about who is using the nuclear technology? No. So this line is also redundant and irrelevant. So both of these lines are a waste of time and energy. Now let's look at the third sentence. Many people believe that the use of nuclear energy has more advantages than disadvantages. Here, the word "are" is being used wrongly. Should be, many people believe that the use of nuclear energy has more advantages than disadvantages. This is the paraphrase statement, and this is quite fine. But now let's look at his opinion. In my opinion, he says, nuclear technology can indeed be very efficient source of energy. Remember, the question prompt said, to what extent do you agree or disagree? And from this line, it looks like he is agreeing that he's agreeing to the question statements. But the very second line, he says, however, nuclear weapons possess a lot of destructive power. Now, the first seems to agree, and the second line where he's giving his opinion seems to disagree with the question statements. So there is no clear opinion here. So again, this would be marked down because, as I said, your opinion has to be clear and it has to be maintained throughout the essay. And finally, his last line in the introduction says this essay will explain both the advantages and disadvantages of nuclear energy. Now, is this question talking about advantages and disadvantages? Is it asking you to give the advantages and disadvantages? No, the answer is no, because this is an opinion essay which is asking you to agree or disagree with the question statements that have been given above, the prompt. So again, the thesis statement that is given in the end is also not correct. So overall, I would probably not give him more than a 5 for this essay. So that's the maximum that he would get. Now let's look at how this essay can be improved to get a higher band score. Now, this is the new and improved introduction, which will get a higher band score, possibly 7.5 or higher. Now let's read it. The first line is clearly the paraphrase sentence. He's paraphrasing from the question statement, and it says, nuclear technology, whether harnessed for energy or as a weapon of mass destruction, has both advantages and disadvantages. And then it says, whilst, while some believe it has more benefits than drawbacks because it is the most efficient energy source, in my view, the immense destructive power of nuclear technology outweighs its potential benefits. Now, let's break this down. The first part of the first sentence is both a general statement and it is also paraphrasing from the question. The second is where it is giving a paraphrase of the question as well as giving your opinion here, and clearly states your position that you do not agree that it is, nuclear weapons are good for the world as a whole. So, clear paraphrasing of the question, opinion, and then within that, you're clearly saying what is it that you're going to write about. You don't have to say, my essay will discuss. Here, it is sufficiently clear that you will talk about nuclear energy first being an efficient energy source, but you will talk about its drawbacks because it is a very destructive and powerful weapon as well. So very clear essay, much shorter. This is only about 48 words. The previous essay, I forgot to mention, was almost 70 words. So a lot of words were wasted there. Here, every word is being made to count. And this is an essay that will definitely get you a higher band score. So I hope that you will use all the tips that I have discussed in this and start writing introductions that will shine and get you a higher band score in your IELTS Writing Task 2 essays. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, do like and send me your comments about what else you would like me to cover in terms of topics in IELTS. I'd be happy to make more videos for you. So here's wishing you all the best in your IELTS preparation.